Okay guys, welcome back. We are still doing footwork runs. Now these runs, well, I did these with my students in the class, and then when we do a battle I see they totally forgot all about all these runs and they can only do 2 runs apparently. But you know guys, you have enough, so remember all this stuff. But that's why I made these little vids. You can check them out and remember a little bit and take what you think is dope. And this goes also for people just watching this. If you like this stuff, you know, take it, it's yours, right? So this one is a nice little variation, which is we're gonna do the 10 step 2 times. Now if you don't know what a 10 step is, I did a vid called the 8 step, and there I pretty much explain this move, but I will explain it right now, because it's just like you can do the 8 step in 2 ways, and if you combine these 2 ways you get a 10 step pretty much. So the first thing you have to do when you do a 10 step is you put this foot in front of the other foot like that, and then you step over, so you get a nice hip twist. From here we're simply gonna turn back and do the first 4 steps of the 6 step. So let's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So from this 4th step we're gonna step over, behind, back and back. So if you cannot do this, we did this in the class, I know it, but like if you cannot do this, you should just practice this 10 step first to get it down. But all we're gonna do is a little variation on this, guys, so not really hard. So after you got the 10 step down more or less, all we're gonna do is the same 10 step, but leave, every time we step over we're gonna leave our hands in a side like this. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna step over and do that little 10 step. Step over and do that little 10 step. And here I'm gonna do a slow and sexy walk like this, right? Turn back. So it's kind of a funny little thing that you variate this in your runs, right? Now I'm trying to leave this hand in my side, and I'm gonna bring this hand over so it can actually turn up like this, right? So you don't really, you can do many ways to stand up from there, right? It's just a little variation we did in the class, which I think if you add this, even if you add just the 10 step, it's a nice variation of the usual 3 step and 5 step, guys. So, you know, but if you do this little sexy walk in between, always funny, right? Little variation of what you normally do. So let's do the whole thing again. I'll go a little bit faster so you see what the real deal is. But the idea is that you do normal footwork and then you do this stuff in between, right? So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, ta, ta. There you go. So as you can see, I sort of messed up in the middle, but the idea is that's good, right? You can just continue. You need to freestyle that stuff out. Don't think of, I made a mistake, I can now quit. So ideally you don't make mistakes. But if it does happen, you need to just continue. Just do more, never wrong, right? And then you sort of maybe well, I told you now that I made a mistake. But if I didn't say anything and just busted these runs out for you, you would never know, right? So guys, that's an important lesson too. So guys, practice this little 10 step and practice this variation where your hands are on your side. Very nice to do in your footwork, right? See you next time.